The older I get, the less I blink.
The older I get,
Please tell me you've grown up. Come on, we've seen it.
the older I get, the less I fight.
No, low key, that's why I'm like, all right, I hear you. Because I be seeing these little TMZ videos, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they always get you. Why do they always get you? Or why do you always fall for it? I should ask.
Man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Every time. You can't forget who you are, man. Fuck.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy Jim Jones Capo. The new record single, Too Turnt, featuring Taylor Ricard and Dilla Illa. I'm here with Big Nine, not the little one, and we need to talk.
What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here with another episode of We Need to Talk, and today I got a very special guest in the building. Harlem is in the building. I got Jim Jones.
What's up, baby girl?
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Jim, I'm so happy you're here. I am. And the day that you came is actually hella ironic because I didn't even peep that. The anniversary, this is so dope.
Yeah, this is dope. This is dope. I woke up to that actually. I wasn't even on my mind. Looking at the gram, like 5 years of El Capo, the album. Dope. That was a great album too. It's
Great.
honestly one of my favorite albums out of all the albums I created.
Hey, it's a good moment too, just because we're really seeing like second wins in hip hop, and I think this is the first time we're really seeing it.
Yes. If for those who could withstand the time.
That part. I was actually telling Crespo today, I'm like, yo, I'm really excited only because of where Jim started in the game to just where he is now, and just like the evolution in the pen and just the consistency. Because a lot of people give up because this shit is not easy, times change, but yet you still were able to maintain and stay true to you at the same time. So I'm like, you're one of the forefront for that. So
Thank you.
shout out to you. And I just feel like there's so much I can learn. So, all right, why is that your favorite project?
I don't know why. I can't put my this sonically this felt good. Where I was at before I did the project and leading up to the project, I was coming out of a very dark, crazy place, and I was at a moment where I didn't know if music was the direction I was going in at that time. And then shout out to Fred DeGarson. I always say that he was one of my biggest inspirations into me getting back into fully acclimated into the game again, and that led me to start doing music. And that music that me and Fred started doing, and him egging me on to do, led to me doing El Capo with Heat Makers, shouts to Arsonist, and just the whole way the album came about. It wasn't even supposed to be an album. These songs are pretty much songs that I was doing on the way out when I was on my way home. It just was a whole bunch of records I had, and Arsonist was like, yo, I think we got a pretty dope album here. And I wasn't doing them to do an album. I was just in the midst of the studio recording, and it just happened so organically, and the music was so dope. And then, in the midst of all that, I started to see the evolution of my pen, which I don't use, so the evolution of my brain, I would say.
You don't write?
No, I don't write, I recite.
Stop. You
No, I
really don't write?
No, I've never written. Everybody knows that.
I did not know that.
I write in my sleep, so to say, so to speak.
Fire. So what was the change in gears? You think it was just the time period of what you were going through, or do you think it was like, was that new inspiration?
I think the change in gears was me knowing if this is something I want to do, I had to be the absolute best version of who I could be musically, or else this game is so fickle, they might have not took it serious, and I could have exited myself out the game when I could have bowed out gracefully. So that is like, your shit better be on, you know what I mean? Or, so.
Yeah. Even then, because people are going to be critics regardless whether, even if it's a masterpiece, there's still going to be somebody out there who hates it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But as long as if they hate and they participate, I mean they had to listen to it.
That's true.
You know
That's a good way to look at it.
And usually hate comes from a place of love in some misconstrued way, if you understand what I'm saying.
Interesting. All right, that's a positive way to look at it. So I like that. All right, so this is your favorite one. I feel like the moment, the way it recharged, and also just like the run Nas is on, I feel like that saying that hip hop is a young man's sport is no longer true.
I mean, hip hop was young itself at one time. It's only 50 now. So when people first started saying it was a young man's sport, hip hop was only in their 20s. Hip hop was only in their 30s. So as hip hop gets older, the kids that were the young kids doing it are starting to grow with hip hop, such as Nas, such as Jada, such as Fab, such as myself, such as Fat Joe. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. I don't think there's no age on music. There used to be an age on hip hop. That's when it was very young. But as you see, rock and roll artists, R&B artists, there's definitely no age on that music. And I think hip hop is falling into the same lanes as those other music genres when it comes to age.
About damn time. I'm here for it. How do you feel about, because like you said, it used to be a young man's sport, and I feel like now in the temperature that we're in, I guess in regards to like the actual art of the music, the standard has changed.
Yeah, but it's still a young, energetic sport. Let's not forget that it leads with the younger generation.
Okay.
By all means. We're just lucky enough to still be in it and be relevant and be able to be accepted by the young people because of whatever reason they do it for. But let nobody, this is a young generation's game. You dig? Like, music evolves, you know what I mean? It comes back around in circles, and then there's always new music that people get used to. Like when we did music, they was like, oh, what is this, all this crazy shit they talking about? And then that turned into be the phenomenon that it was. And then now, where we at with music, you got a lot of older people that's looking down on the younger generation, talking about this drill music is crazy. But drill music is the next wave of some of the best artists that we've seen come out for the new generation, you know what I mean? So older generation got to know when to kind of step aside and let the new ones have some fun the same way we have fun.
That's in every capacity, not just music. But I would say I like how you said everything kind of comes like back around. And something that's coming back around is a trend that you definitely were big on. I would say was in the forefront of. It's like the belts, the rhinestone things.
I invented all of that. I wasn't just on the forefront. I was
you
the person
invented all of that?
I was the person that put it in the blender for y'all to wear it. Nobody knew what no BB Simon belts was. Nobody knew what True Religions was. There's a whole bunch of things that people didn't know what was until we actually put it on and made it something cool. I mean, so
definitely put me on. So
a lot of things, even like Chrome Heart. Nobody in the hip hop industry knew what Chrome Heart was when I started wearing Chrome Heart. And I'm not saying I invented it. Maybe there were other people that were wearing it, but made it a commercial success. Yeah, we did a lot of that.
Harlem.
That did a lot of that. So a lot of things that you see the kids doing now, stuff that we did when we were young, 20 years ago, when first coming into the game and having our way with it and things like that. And it's actually pretty dope to see that something that for starters so is even more prevalent now than it was back then. Like these kids, they like Chrome Heart then became a everyday thing when it was something that it was scarce. If you had it, then it was like, now it's like, these kids are going for it. You gotta have that shit on. I'm watching how the fashion game go, and things are different. There's a whole new flair when it comes to fashion and things like that. But the uniform of it, the foundation of it, still sticks the same for how we twisted it.
Was it on purpose when you guys were doing it, or were you guys like trying to be different?
Nah, we never trying to be different. We ain't from Harlem. Fashion is like something that's just like a big competition out there when it comes to fashion. We always try to be as fly as we could be, and everything that we've done came with a little bit of Harlem. And Chrissy, she's the one that actually put a lot of twist on my fashion when it came to the rock and roll look and the Chrome Heart look and that whole look I started giving them back then. So, you know what I mean? It wasn't something that was on purpose. It was just my own natural evolution of switching up my style, going to something new, and didn't know that I was actually slimming the game down and making the jeans a little slimmer and the clothing fit more and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it still was hella baggy back then, but just to show you how big the clothes were we were wearing, so you know what I mean? But it's good.
Yes. Nah, it's actually really cool to see. I didn't know you guys were the inventors of it. And I only say that because there's this tweet on Twitter right now that's going around that's like, all right, New Yorkers have a certain type of confidence, But Harlem is on a different level.
Yeah,
What is it in it? Because even just how you talked about the fashion, like, yeah, this
yeah,
is just what we do in Harlem. It's almost like a
yeah.
competition. What is that? Why is that?
I don't know. We gotta have that shit on. We got it bad. Harlem nigga rather be fresh than have money in his pocket. Be broke as shit.
Yo, you're not
He
lying.
broke as shit, but he got that shit on. You heard? He definitely
Yo.
got it on. You gonna think he got $1 million on him? Definitely. I did. I've done that so many times in my life coming up in Harlem. As a proper representation prevents poor performance. I mean, then in all ways in life, when we were young and you were hustling and you were trying to get a couple dollars, the connects and the plugs wouldn't did deal with you if you looked like you was a dirt bomb and things like that. So if you in a club and you look like you got all that things on, 9 times out of 10 you might end up catching a plug or a connect that might have you get you some money. So it's just a whole mindset that comes with all of that. But I'm older now, so you know. But fresh is what we like to do in Harlem.
Yeah.
Don't be looking crazy out there, man. They gonna get you, and people know how to snap. They gonna heat you up for coming outside looking crazy all day. You're gonna be the poster child looking bad for the rest of the day. So don't do that to yourself.
That's a fact. The rest of the day, the rest of the week.
Yeah, they gonna heat
Every
you up
time they
bad.
see you.
Boy, you had that jacket on. You must have been bugging. Like
Yeah.
they gonna get you bad.
Wait, I like what you said about you kind of look it, and so you end up getting more opportunities because you look the part. And I feel like right now, where the climate is culturally, it's kind of like that with everything, to the point where it's scary because I can't really tell what's real, who's real, when it's real.
I can say this: looking the part is one thing, but standing out is another. You heard? Most of these people look the part, but they all look the same. When we aim to stand out, we never want to look like nobody else. And right now, you go in the club and everybody going the same shit. Everybody is looking the same. This is why I always kind of stand out, because I've never ever wanted to look like no one at all but myself.
My question for you now is, from when you first started, did you see yourself coming this far and like being relevant this long? Because at that point, that wasn't a thing at all. Like, did you have a plan?
I never had a plan. I always had a feeling. And then I always have what my mom's told me since I was a young kid. And I felt like she actually she's been telling me the truth this whole time. So, you know what I mean? I'm here for something. Whether it was going to be music, whether it was going to be something else, I was going to stand out more than most.
Yeah. Shout out to your mom. Talk to me about, because outside of the music, obviously, or before we get into the new single you're pushing, you're just a businessman across the board. And it's actually impressive because as a creative, I feel like it's hard to manage both. At what point, like, were you forced to kind of learn it at some point, and what point was that, or were you always kind of just inclined?
I was always creative from since a baby. That's just me. But when we started doing music, I was put in a position where I was taking care of business first, because I had to handle a lot of things for Cam. I took management positions, I did engineer, so I understood the business first before I got a chance to even work on my creativity as an artist. I was never an artist. I taught myself how to rap through Mace and Cam and watching everybody and getting it and things like that. You know what I mean? So mine was a little bit flip side. So when it came to the creativity, I knew how to kind of separate the two, and that was one of my strong points. I think that's one of the things that kept me here the longest, because I understood what the business was.
What even made you take the business roles initially, especially as a natural born creative? Because, and I guess I'm just speaking more for myself, because when I dabble into other things, it's so much harder because it's not natural, right?
Yeah.
So,
But my creative, what my roles end up being some of the most creative things we could do for the outlook of diplomats. Like, you know, the artistry of the music was something that Cam did. That's something I could not do at that time. But my vision was something I could do. And that vision came with a part of the business. So I started directing videos. I started engineering the music. I started doing everything else that needed to be done except for the music, because I knew Cam had that. But everything else that needed to be done came with a vision, and it came with the vision that you're seeing with Dipset, and how you're seeing all the flair, and how you'll see all this fly, and this, everything that we just was talking about with the fashion. And I make sure that I put it on 10 so people could absorb it way more than they would if they just seen us in the hood.
Hell yeah, the statement pieces,
Yes.
something to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, love that. All right, so something you're still actively active, but you're also still like working with new artists, putting people on in the city.
A lot of artists.
Which is really dope. Just because I feel like, or this is a complaint that, no, this is a complaint that I think I still can hold true on. Is I feel like a lot of the artists who help build New York's rap scene leave New York and then don't. It's like you just don't even participate in what's going on out here. So like, and I feel like that hurts the culture because we need it. You know what I'm saying? So just talk to me about.
I mean, I don't know about the other artists. I only can speak for myself.
Okay.
Everybody have their own situation, and I try, as I get older, try not to speak on other things that I know not much about. You know what I mean?
Fair.
But I can say this: I urge any artist that does have the time to do so to definitely come outside and give back to the city and get with the younger generation and give them all the knowledge that you have from your experiences in the game. It might help them go a long way. You know what I mean? But for me, myself, I'm from Harlem, so one thing we did always was taught to do was give back. That's tradition, and I'm not a hustler no more. I've been doing music business, so I take that same mindset and put it in the music, and naturally is to give back. So what we do, we turn around and give the younger generation that has the same opportunities that I think I had when I was younger and has the same mindset and the skill set that can take them far and help them get on. And nothing's not promised, but shit, opportunity sometimes it's worth more than money. A lot of times it's worth more than money, and that's what I like to do. I mean, I got enough friends. I mean, all my friends that I grew up with, these are the only old people that I would like to be around me when it comes to doing music. Besides that, it's a younger game, so why? I mean, I'm not. You got to put the younger generation on so that they keep the wheel rolling and things like that. And that's just my mindset. A lot of people don't think so. A lot of older people still stuck in. This should be their position of still being number one or still being that person or still being that nigga, which you still can be that. Nothing takes away from. Matter of fact, it might add to you being that nigga if you are to show how selfless you are and helping everybody else around you.
I think that's what it adds for you, like 100%. It's a no-brainer.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, salute to you. I'm really happy about it. Now I know summer's heating up. We got like summer in 2 weeks. And you dropped a banger for it. We got Too Turnt out right now.
Too Turnt, yes.
Talk to me about that one. What's the move? Because obviously, your music comes through like phases, which you're going through. So Too Turnt, I'm like, where's Jim at right now? What is this era?
Oh man, I mean, Too Turnt. It actually was a record. It was actually a record that Taylor and Dilla had did. I've been listening to for like 6 months. We started doing the VR album. But this record, every time I hear it, I'm like, no, this record is crazy. Yo, not listening to what I'm listening to it a couple weeks ago. Like, I gotta put a verse on it. Did the verse, mix it down. It started to sound retarded. I'm like, I started letting a few DJs hear it. It was like, and then it just, here we are now. I just did Memorial Day. Every club I went into organically played that shit like 5, 6, 7 times back to back. Like, that shit crazy. So it was like, it felt good to really have a record that I know organically is making DJs play it and things like that. And DJs in New York been calling my phone after I send it back on like, nah, this, you might got a heat rock on your hands. So Too Turnt. I've been Too Turnt all my life. So,
He's from Harlem. Of course he's been Too Turnt.
Yes.
But what I like about it is that really it's a feel-good record, and I feel like we just need that energy right now. So
I needed that energy too. I needed a record that both females and males could dive into and have a good time. Streets and in the clubs. It's summertime. The weather's changing. For the cars, like I'm excited about this record. We just did the video in Miami, so the video should be dropping next week. That should be pretty dope. We did it. We went wild.
Where in Miami did y'all shoot it?
We shot it everywhere. We was we went to Booby Trap. We went to Live.
Oh Lord.
We was on a yacht. We was in the club. We went to Mr. Jones. Like we just went on a full rant of going crazy. I mean, they had me out to like 8 in the morning at the strip club. I was so mad at these. They would not leave. I ran out the club full speed.
Wait, did you shoot this Memorial Day weekend in Miami?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I already know this video's about to be
Yes.
ratchet as hell. Oh my
Super
god.
ratchet. Super ratchet. They shooting in a Nissan Altima with all type of girls in it. It's a fun. It's definitely a good energy video.
That's what's up. When can we expect it?
I'm gonna drop it next Friday.
All right, cool.
Yeah, drop it next Friday.
All right, so you're back outside. Summertime's here.
Yes.
Are you working on a new project?
Yes. Well, actually, this summer, April 24th is the 20th year anniversary to my first album, On My Way to Church.
Oh wow.
So I plan on doing a second installment named At the Church Steps. The album is pretty much done already. I've been working on a few surprises that help me bring some more dopeness to the album. Yeah, that's what I've been. This is what I've been excited to work on. And then we actually dropping the VL compilation album next month. The VL album with all my artists. Too Turnt is the first single off the VL album and things like that. So I'm very, very excited about that.
That's really fire. I love the concept of At the Church. That's dope as hell, actually. Are you gonna do a anniversary show?
Yeah, I'm trying to get all that together. I don't want to say the spot because I want to make sure I get it first. But I'm definitely doing the 20th year anniversary concert.
Damn. Nah, that's cool. Love that. All right, and the compilation album's coming out too?
Yeah, next month.
Next month.
Yes.
Damn, we got a busy year.
Busy summer, busy year. I have a few more other things coming, but this is to start it off. This is going to be a snowball effect of projects I got coming.
Love that. I really do. All right. So we're going to play a game. It's called Questions That Need Answers. All you have to do is fill in the blank.
All right.
The older I get, the less I blink.
The older I get,
Please tell me you've grown up. Come on. We've seen it.
the older I get, the less I fight.
Okay. All right. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Let's see. You would never believe me if I told you blank.
You would never believe me if I told you anyway.
No, low key, that's why I'm like, all right, I hear you. Because I be seeing these little TMZ videos, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they always get you. Why do they always get you? Or why do you always fall for it? I should ask.
Man, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Every time. You can't forget who you are, man. Fuck. But I be entertained, honestly, every time I see it. Only because I know how annoying dealing with people can be, especially someone of your caliber. So it's funny, but it's not funny. All right. I can't believe I actually blanked when I was younger.
I can't believe I actually played baseball when I was younger.
Interesting. Hey, that's the one to do, money-wise.
Yeah, I wish I
Was you
wish
good?
I wish I would have knew back then. Nah, I wasn't as good as my cousin. My cousin was real good. But, you know, for what it's worth, I played a little baseball, little first base.
All right, I like that. I'm a little embarrassed by the fact that I know so little about blank.
I'm a little embarrassed of the fact that I know so little about cooking.
Can you cook anything?
Toast.
Toast? My goodness.
She said, "My
Yo, you have a child. What?
Oh, thank God he's grown.
Yeah, now, but my goodness. Toast? That's crazy. All right, you know what? At your anniversary show, I'm bringing a cookbook, man. Sometimes I look back at my life and blank.
Smile. Yes, I come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From time to time, it's good to do blank.
Reflect.
I'm putting my little personal thing on this, but just asking, do you reflect with the substance or is it sober? I like reflecting with shrooms quarterly.
Oh, it sees that's a whole nother reflection. Like You really going there. But yeah, it's definitely reflect with a substance like a woosah moment, relaxing, cooling out, trying to find my into my space like a little meditation in it. I mean, really, because without reflection, then where are you going? You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand where you came from to kind of understand where you're about to go.
Yep, that's true. I made a complete fool of myself when I blinked.
I made a complete fool of myself. I make a complete fool of myself all the time. So many
You
times,
talking
like
about
that.
these airport videos? What you?
Like, yeah, I'm always, man, I'm foolish. Pardon me. Um,
Do you even feel away when you see those things?
no,
No.
I'm unbothered. So who cares? It's life. I mean, we in a position where people look at us more than others, but I don't really care. It's not. I don't get embarrassed that easily. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially not about some shit that happened. I'd be more embarrassed about personal space and shit that happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than shit that happened like that. I'd be more embarrassed falling on the floor. I feel like a chump. Than, oh,
Well, that's understandable. From time to time, it's good to do blank.
from time to time, it's good to do yoga.
What? I know y'all all y'all fitness journey, but I ain't know yoga was on the list.
I was gonna say crack, but I don't think they would have understood that joke.
Yo, no, this is good.
All right, let me stop. Let me
But
stop.
so yoga for real?
Nah, just joking. But yoga is cool. I've done yoga.
Tomato, tomato.
I've done yoga a few times.
I would love to see you do yoga. You should teach a yoga class.
I could do weeded yoga. I've done heated yoga, but
Oh
they need to
yeah.
do weeded yoga. I could be the yogi of that. You heard? Definitely show you how to blow some weed. You heard?
That's hilarious. That would be cool. I would sign up. All right, so talk to me
That's a
about
skit we need to do. Weeded yoga.
that. Would be ill.
Be a nice skit, right? And living colorish.
Cut that part out. I want parts.
You want pause? All
Yes.
right, bet. Let's do that. Let's do that.
And then the last question is my personality trait is blank.
My personality trait is wild.
Wow or wild?
Wild.
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 I can see that.
It's different. A little bit of. Yeah, I'm bipolar a little bit, I think. Dyslexic too. Like, it's got a lot going on.
Hey, I guess it adds character.
Yes.
It adds
You know what I mean?
character.
Yeah, if they don't call you crazy, then you're definitely not going nowhere in life.
Damn. Does it have to be that extreme?
I mean,
Do you feel like it? Because I feel like it is. It seems like that, but does it have to be?
most people that call me crazy, I end up pretty much having my way in that situation.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes they just don't get it at first, I guess.
Yeah, they don't really. I mean, they get it. That's why they say you crazy. But it really means that they smart and they adore you.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Hey, call me crazy. All right. I'm trying to be like Jimmy. I'm trying to be here for a minute. For real. I want to be here for a long time and I want to be respected. So, you know, thank
It's
you.
very easy to do both. You heard?
No, it's not. Yo, not everybody is making it. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, but not everybody has the proper mindset to make it.
Yeah. Do you think it, or you did say that earlier, because you had the business aspect, it helped you to have that foresight?
Yeah, that has a lot to it. But if you chosen, you chosen, and you could feel that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that you are one of the chosen ones.
Thank you. I'm receiving that. Thank you. And thank you for coming on the show.
No, thank you for having me.
I know everybody knows who you are, but just shout out your gram.
They call me Capo, Jim Jones Capo. You can follow me on the gram, all them other social media things or whatever. The big nine, not the little one. We in the building, like I told you before. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Until next time, guys. Talk soon. Peace.
Wow.